Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with solid bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast here. We do have our first best of 3 of the day. It is going to be, of course, EHOME versus BTRG, the semifinals here of the lower bracket. As I do believe the first map we're starting off here is Train. It is, of course, the map pick of the, it is the map pick of BTRG. Our second map is going to be Inferno. And of course, the decider, if necessary, is going to be Mirage. So let's see how this matchup turns out here, as we do see already the BTR players throwing down some of this utility towards the A bomb site, but it doesn't look like that's where they want to commit. They want to commit here on the B side. That's where the push is happening here. Fates picks up the first kill while it's entering the side, but here Impression does find another gush there on the player, but no kill just yet. Impression gets it done. And BTRG now in the fine position to actually plant the bomb here as Insane. Let's pick up one kill, and so does Lamplight. So this is still quite a doable round here for the EHOME players. Do you see that Jerome and Caddy not in the best positions right now? We can see that if they eliminate Fates quick enough here, which they do, Caddy's going to have a very difficult time holding this one down. He does pick up the first one, but in his position, he should be spotted out here. And, oh, he actually gets another kill, but Lamplight gets his teammates defused, getting plenty of time to defuse. Plenty of time at a defuse here, and of course it seemed like EHOME, because they ended up picking up this round, I would presume BTRG will probably attempt to go for the eco. Yeah, last round we saw them actually get the bomb plant, which means every single player on the team was able to acquire some extra money, and because of the extra money, they invested in the Deagles here. 5 Deagles do come out. Caddy will even go up and purchase the Kevlar. But I guess we could expect a slower round here from the guys at BTRG. Even here with the Deagles, they can still do some damage here in the CD economy. That's pretty much the main goal. When you're coming into a round like this, you want to try to attempt and do as much damage as possible here. Caddy firing through the smoke. Won't succeed at the kill just yet. This is, however, still a doable situation here for the BTRG players, as Impression might just punish the popped out player. He sure does. Takes down Lamplight, and now BTRG with a 4 versus 4 situation, in which we can see they're still taking their sweet time, not really committing to the bomb site push. Even with 50 seconds remaining, you might say it's about time here. Marek holding the angle, eliminates Impression, who decided to go for the peak there. Now the remaining players. Oh, that smoke's actually got allowed in the cross. I think that's a bit of a mistake there, Marek. You've now allowed those T players to cross on through here, and I think Marek anticipates that to be the case. He takes down Dreer at Lonesome Caddy here. Still stuck there in T-Con. Probably won't get to see the light of day after this round is over. There we go, the second round here for EHOME. They pick it up 2-0, but only losing the 1 player. That's not too bad here for the CT economy. Surely the cleanest way to win that one would be without losing a single individual, but here, even losing the 1 guy, it's still quite good here. Now, BTRG on the other hand, this is where they can make the investment. We do have AK-47s coming into play, an SG-553 in the hands of Caddy, and most importantly, a decent amount of utility here for BTRG. Fates, line up the smoke there for Electric, looks like it. Some early engagement here coming through. ADR though, spraying through to get that kill, and he does succeed in the end. Even though that flash came there from the opponent of ADR. And even though it blinds him, it also blinds the opponent, so I guess it worked out quite well there for ADR. As this position, we can see that the EHOME guys might just try to go this one a bit more aggressively. We do see Sanity here. He's lost one of his teammates here, so it does make a lot of sense to play this one a bit more aggressive to find some sort of opening here if you're the CTs. And the EHOME players have two individuals stationed towards that B bomb site. And have to hold this one down somehow because it looks like the T's are about to make the push. Throwing down all the utility here. Caddy, first man in, hoping to spot the player here. He sure does, but I'm not sure what the story was thinking there. He throws down the flash, but it was ineffective to say the least. And now there we go. The bomb site is pretty much under control here for BTRG. Not a single more player they have to contest with, and that's going to be it here. We do have Marek here and Saturday going for the save by this point, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Uh-oh. ADR, no idea about the positioning of Saturday here. And yes, with a save coming through here, this is quite an important save here for EHOME, because I think if they end up saving the weapons here, we might just see a purchase here from the CTs. Though, is it a wise choice? I honestly don't think so. No, I think it would make a lot more sense for EHOME to try to eco this one out. And then, on the 5th round, that is when we can actually see a proper investment. Or actually, are they going for it? Saw Insanity drop a gun for his teammate. In fact, alright, looks like it is going to be the purchase here from EHOME. I guess it's not too bad, all things considering. You have the rifles to work with here. The Scout in the hands of the Destroyer can still be quite the interesting weapon, depending on where he's playing from. Let's take a look. Destroyer here is in T-Con. Alright, he's looking towards T-Con, hoping to see one of these players cross, but probably won't see a lot of action. On the other hand, though, we have Insanity find the first kill here in Caddy. This is a good pickup here, early on here for EHOME. It's quite I really have to admit, it's quite hard to say who's actually going to come out on top in this matchup, because I have seen BTRG crumble against some of the lesser teams here in the China region. So it's quite hard to say. I think they're in a position to maybe pick up a map or two. But from what I've seen from them, their T sides are pretty horrid. So if they want to try to come out on top here, they're going to have to give us their best shot here in train. And maybe they can pick it up on the second map. Maybe. But overall, yes, EHOME seem to be the better team coming into this matchup here. Marek, though, will be punished. At the same time, it's trade, so I guess it's not too bad here for EHOME. You see some of the players here from BTRG about to make a commitment here on the bomb side, I presume. 30 seconds remaining, that's... Oh, what just happened there? Sandy goes down to the flames. It's a 3-on-3 now, and yes, this is good. We have the player here in Ivy, forcing the players here to look towards this part of the map, where the other two guys on the brown holes can now make the simple commitment on the B side. There we go. Dreer and ADR can very easily punch in the numbers, put themselves in some dual positions here. As the two players here, I was going to try to attempt this one. EHOME, they don't have a defuse to work with. That is the problem right now. They need to find the kills here ASAP. They find the first one, and the player here on the T side will find one more. But that's going to be about it here. That will be the 3rd round here for EHOME. And on the back of that bomb plant, we can see that the players from BTR will still have a pretty hefty investment. Look, we have players like Impression sitting at 4 grand. The other individual is sitting around 3, and now after the round is over, there we go, $5,000, $6,000. There's plenty of money in the bank here for BTR. So now they have the sniper rifle in the hands of Impression. A good weapon, I'd like to say. Like BTRG's Impression has been pretty good on the op, and he continues on his streak. Oh, look at his. Marek doesn't even think he can actually shoot in through the angle. Now the Destroyer picks up a kill of his own. I think BTR, of course, with them finding a couple of kills here, it's going to be enough to contest the bomb site. This is pretty good stuff here. Trades are not too shabby here for the T side. Smoke deployed. And not sure why we're going to 3rd person mode. We want to keep it the 1st person here. Destroyer holding things down here on the bomb side. He doesn't really have his teammate backing him up as Fierce is still making his way through CT spawn. And now there's plenty of time here for BTR. They're still in a position to rotate away from the bomb site. Though I think by this point, you just want to commit here to the side take. Destroyer will be going down, and Fierce, last man standing, will also hit the floor. So yes, that's going to be a pretty effective push there from BTRG. It was, on the most basic level, a very simple push. We saw the player just coming out there from T-Con. First of all, the player who did come out was Impression, and now players leaving the server here for BTRG. What is the issue? Clearly, there seems to be some sort of technical problem because the guys from EHOME also leaving the server. So, of course, guys, I think there might just be a server change. I will give you the information right now from the admin team, but for now, I'm not really aware of what's going on here, other than the simple fact that the players have disconnected. So I'm guessing we will see a server switch by this point. I don't know, folks. We're just going to have to wait and see. But for now, I mean, this matchup here from EHOME and BTRG currently delivering. It has been a pretty close affair here in the very early stages of the first half. But then again, this is the first half, of course, so it's still quite hard to say which one of these teams will be able to come out on top here. But yes, EHOME being the favorites, probably going to secure this best of 3. My question is, in what nature? Will it be a 2-0 sweep, or could it in fact be a 2-1 scenario for EHOME? Well, looks like a server switch won't be necessary. All 4 players are back here for BTRG, though you could still use, yeah, there you go, Impressions back to the server as well, so I'm not really sure what that was. Oh, now I noticed that Caddy's ping is just, wow, 130. But it's dropping though, so I guess it's not that big of an issue here for BTRG, and the players' ping seem to be quite normal now. And I guess we're gonna continue on with the matchup here, and BTRG in a fine position right now. We can see that they've more or less have reset the economy of the CT side. Their economy is in shambles. They don't have any money to play with, so it's going to have to be a full eco here from EHOME. And of course, a great possibility for BTRG to secure yet another round here on the T side. And from the perspective of a team like BTRG, they're obviously want to acquire as many rounds as possible here on the terror side of the train, because if they end up securing, say, let's 6 rounds, I think that's going to be quite good here for this team in particular, because they seem to have pretty horrid T sides, all things considering. Their CT sides are the ones that help them win the games. Of course, the CT sides are also the places where a guy like Fates ends up dropping like 20, 30 bombs per game. That definitely ends up happening here. Smurfing here in the Asiatic scene. But yeah, with this round coming into play, of course, don't expect too much out of here from the EHOME guys. There should be a 3-3 scoreline. And afterwards, I still don't think EHOME will have a proper investment, but they might just pull out some of those upgraded pistols, and that still is not a very good investment from the CT side. So another opportunity for BTRG to extend the scoreline. And afterwards, well, EHOME will have loads of money, so I guess we will see maybe even a double up setup coming into play, because I don't really call an AWP being picked up here by EHOME just yet. It's been primarily the rifles they got to play with. Yeah, some of those GG bet odds there, folks, if you can connect the true scoreline of this matchup, might just get yourself some of that good money. But of course, guys, I have to stress this. If you are betting, you must bet responsibly. And oh, looks like the tech issues are continuing, folks. And I thought that we were gonna continue on with the matchup here, but no, I am clearly wrong about that one. And of course, here on the main StarLadder channel, we do have this matchup here, EHOME versus BTRG. And today is also the day when the CIS minor close qualifiers will begin. So that also is going to be some very interesting matchups here to see which teams will make it through to the minor. But yeah, folks, think I think we're just gonna make a quick commercial break here, and I think once the teams are ready, then we're gonna jump into the matchup. Right? Let's make that as simple as possible. Gonna. Oh, there you go. The player's back, so I guess no need for any commercial breaks. We should be able to continue with the matchup. At least that's what I'm hoping for. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But then again, the qualifiers here have been plagued by technical issues. Pretty much every single best of three I had the opportunity of casting, there was some sort of tech issue. Either someone's computer wasn't working, or someone's ping was just skyrocketing out of the blue. And I think one of the main issues these teams had to face with was some problems with the anti-cheat. So primarily it was a very simple reconnect and disconnect, and the players were good to go. Here, though, the simple reconnect and disconnect strategy hasn't worked out, nor for EHOME nor for BTRG, so it's probably something more of a serious nature. Scrolling through the skins of the players, Crimson Web Talon Knife. There's a lot of these. Wait, how'd you call them? The Dragon Lore. Oh, that's just the lore skins. There's so many skins right now in Counter-Strike when you think about it. When I was a nerdy kiddo, I actually knew all the skins in the game from every case, every name, and all that jazz. But that was like something I'd say 2015. I could actually tell all of the skins. Of course, thing is, there weren't a lot of skins, so it made things a lot easier to remember. Obviously, I think you had what only. I think there were only 5 knives, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think only 5 knives. I'd say back in the days. Back in the days where operations was a thing. It's a shame, though. It's a shame, really, when talking about casual play, that operations are no longer in Counter-Strike. I mean, wasn't the last operation Hydra? Wasn't it 2 years ago? Something ridiculous like that. That kind of sucks. Then again, I guess Valve is looking at the new Danger Zone update as an operation in itself, which, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I played once, a couple of times, and pretty much not touched it again, but I think some people definitely enjoy it. The Battle Royale game mode. I guess the good thing about CSGO's Battle Royale is that there's actually a pretty good shooting mechanic to go with it. That's the one thing I like about it. Can't just, you know, jump around with your shotgun and just nail everyone. Can't say I'm a big fan of that sort of Battle Royale. Oh, I'm seeing players make the purchase here. So I guess we can actually continue with the matchup. At least I hope that to be the case. Yes, finally the pause has been lifted, folks. So we can obviously continue on with our matchup here. It is going to be EHOME going for a bit of a purchase here. I mean, some of the pistols coming into play. The upgraded pistols, Destroyer on the Scout. But as I mentioned earlier, this is a round where it is more or less an eco here from EHOME. And the upcoming round, they will not have, again, enough money for the investment. So it's probably going to be a double eco right now for EHOME. A great possibility for BTRG, though, to capitalize on some rounds here. Making a very fast push here on the bomb side. Caddy, first man in, does pick up the first one. There are a couple of kills working out here for EHOME. There's one. The rotation is here from the CTs. Can he pick up any more kills? They wanted to do damage here, but ADR King doing some great stuff here. There we go. That's going to be 4 kills here for ADR King. And BTRG secured themselves the third. And of course, I mentioned earlier, EHOME in double eco territories. The last round was an eco. Again, we are in the eco. Some of those upgraded pistols, dual Berettas, I don't know. For the same amount of money, I think it would make a lot more sense to pick up the P250. After all, the P250 can also do some great armor penetration. The nade stack T-Con might be successful. First, second, where's the third? Third nade, and oh, look at the damage that's been dealt. Dreer and Jerome losing quite a lot of HP in that instance. And there we go, without even seeing their opponents. EHOME, on a simple round like this, on a simple eco, have dealt so much damage here for BTRG. Their approach, though, is going to be a stack here at the B bomb site, hoping to be a B-side commitment, which is quite understandable when you think about it. If you're a BTRG, you see a lot of grenades coming in through towards T-Con, so you're thinking, okay, this has to be stacked in the A bomb site. And so EHOME think, oh, we can anti-strat this by going towards B and hoping the B push to happen. But that's not really the case. BTRG now have decided to commit on the A side, and they're lucky. Only 2 players were here. They were able to take him down. They've now planted the bomb, and EHOME's remaining players will probably attempt to find some of those exit frags. Not sure if that's going to happen, though. Okay, it is going to happen. There's Marek to pick up a kill. Hoping to recover a rifle there from Caddy. Not sure if that's going to happen, though. This is now a pretty good round here for BTR. If they're not going to lose a single player, as far as the Ecos are concerned, that's not too bad. Trier picks up a kill. Jerome will be able to survive with his 28 points of health. And there we go. The 4th round right now for BTRG. But the most important bit is now EHOME back at the purchase. 4 AUGs coming into play, an AWP in the hands of Destroyer. Like I said, I was kind of hoping to see maybe a double op setup coming into play, but the only player who probably could have afforded it would have been Lamplight, and that would have still been only the glass cannon op. And on the CD side, you can definitely go for the glass cannon op, but you have to be a lot more careful because you can get Malt out of position, it can get naded out as well, so it is very tricky to play glass cannon op on the CD side. Basically, if one grenade hits your feet, you're a goner. Boom. As simple as that. It looks like BTRG want to try to hit this B. Actually, no, the A side at this point. I see 3 players there hanging around in Ivy. A couple in T-Con as well. The bomb carrier is in T-Con as well, so it looks like this is going to be an A side hit. We do have Marek coming in here with the AUG. Oh, the players, they just line up for him. Finally, the refract comes in, but it wasn't efficient to say the least. Insane. Pretty good. He's out here in the middle of open. He's still avoided the kills, though. That's insane. He gets himself the 2nd one. Can he get more? No, he gets shut down by impression. But, I mean, being in the position he was in right there, he should have been dead a long time ago. And here we have Fierce and Destroyer. The 2 players remaining here for EHOME. Both of them close by the A side, thinking this is an A side hit. They're right about it. Though they're gonna play the timer here. That is smart here for BTRG. They do take down one of the players. Now Dreer smokes off the tunnel. That's gonna allow him to plant the bomb in this position. And Destroyer, if he wants to attempt the retake, he's gonna have to find a kill quick enough. He finds the bomb planter. Good shot coming in. And now impression. Wait, that was pretty odd. I'm not really sure why Destroyer went for the fight there. I mean, there are only 10 seconds remaining. If he would have just stood there behind the green train, that is good enough to delay the round for as long as possible. And by that point, he just plays in the hand here at BTRG. And of course, a round being picked up here for BTRG means the opponents must be on an eco. EHOME sitting around $2,000, $2,500 each, so they can't pull off a proper investment. After they end up losing this round, for sure, they will have the purchase, but for now, pistols galore. I would presume a team like BTRG expects their opponent to be on a lesser investment. If that is in fact the case, I like the way they're approaching this one. They're being very small. They've now cleared out Brown Halls. They've as well cleared out Ivy. But it looks like if they're going to be committing to one of the bomb sites, they're going to be doing it together. And that's the important bit. Impression picks up the 1st one, can get the 2nd one. They can now very easily recover the rifle here. However, you have Caddy making sure that the rifle won't be recovered. Still have 3 players here coming in from BTRG in the Brown Holes. Looks like at this point it is going to be a commitment here. The bomb carrier, 1st man in. He does pick up a kill here, and Destroyer does find AD Arcane. Good shot coming in. But at this point, 30 seconds remaining. They should be able to close this one out here. The last remaining player, Lamplight, gets shut down, and that is the 6th round here for BTRG. With 6 rounds to work with here on the terrace side of Train, that's not bad. That's not a bad scoreline here for BTRG thus far, especially knowing that this is still the first half here. We still have to play out, 6 more rounds of Counter-Strike. So obviously there's a possibility that EHOME can still have a solid CT side if they're going to continue on by picking up every single round moving forward. Or it might just be BTRG coming out on top. There we go, Destroyer starting things off here for EHOME. Good shot coming in from Lamplight. This makes things very doable right now for this team. We can see that they've picked up 2 kills already. EHOME don't even have to play this one in an aggressive manner. They could just hold their angles here in the side, and that's going to be enough for them to come out victorious here, because it is BTRG who have to make the plays here. And Dreer, it does pick up first. The first one for the team, and there you go. Lamplight takes down Jerome, and as Dreer hits the floor, that's going to be a pretty clean round here for EHOME. They pick up the 4th round. They don't reset the economy here for BTR just yet, because if you were to take a look at the scoreboard real quick, we can see that the last 5 rounds were won, first of all, in a row by BTRG, and in a pretty good fashion. Like, there have been a couple of rounds where they had the majority of the players surviving, which means extra money in their pockets, which is very important here on the T side. Fierce throws down the nade. Does it connect? It does. Good damage being dealt there on ADR. I mean, Fierce being the lonesome defender here, this is going to be quite difficult, I like to say. A lot of times, if you're the lonesome defender on the B side, you want to try to be... There's 2 ways to play it, really. Either you're going to be holding an off angle, in which it will allow you to pick up, more often than not, a kill or maybe 2. Or you're going to be playing this in a very passive manner, where you're playing at the back of the side, and then allowing these players to push on through and then get the kills. For now, it is going to be Static to pick up the first one here. Dreer continue on with the push here through the upper area. Good shots coming in from him. He's nailing these opponents to the ground. And this is probably the round here for BTRG. They have the bomb plant here. Impression pushing through the smoke will punish Fierce. And Marek, best position here. He does pick up the shot with the AWP, but quick refrag from ADR King. And there we go. That's going to be 7 rounds here for BTRG. As we do see, because of the new money system here in Counter-Strike, EHOME can still plow the purchase here. In the older days, yes, in the old days, this would probably be an eco here, if not a double eco from EHOME. So yeah, the purchase coming through, AUGs, UMP, M4 as well, the AWP and the Handsome Destroyer. I can't really see, the Destroyer actually being a very proactive operator. He's been pretty much, again, making his way here in Connector, holding T-Con, making sure none of the players from BTRG make the push happen here. It did find one of these kills here, but I would probably like to see some more earlier aggression here from the operator, maybe to move around a little bit more, be more proactive in his role, and try to put EHOME in a much more winnable position here as early as possible. Now though, there we go, like this from Destroyer. He's rotating here to where the action is happening here when the players Gus jump through. He punishes Jerome here, and they're just pushing in through the smoke here. I'm not sure if that's the right call here, BTRG. They're getting absolutely demolished here. And that's also the bomb being dropped. I mean, that's pretty much game over here on this round at least. Which is odd though. I mean, a team like BTRG, you want to hit the B bomb site. Sure, good idea. How do you do it? And not by pushing through the smoke. I mean, throw down the smoke of your own. And that's it. I don't know. Mistakes were made. Insane, hold the angle. Quite easy pick up here in Dreer, and he gets the last one as well. There we go. That's going to be 7 rounds here for BTRG. Nothing much has changed in that regard, but it is in fact EHOME at 5. Thanks, Jeffrey. It is going to be a good weekend. Where I'm from, it is pretty much, what, 30 degrees Celsius right now? I mean, that is, yeah, that's pretty hot. I'm not going to lie, it is pretty hot, but it's going to be a pretty fine day. Sun shining, people smiling. But I will still have to do some work before I can actually have and enjoy my weekend. This is good right now for EHOME. We can see that the players have finally reset the economy for BTRG. There's only the pistols right now for the T side. So this is a good opportunity as any for EHOME to minimize the scoreline difference and get themselves the 6th round on the board. Are they going for a bit of a boost here in Ivy? We have ADR King, hoping to see one of these players to walk out of his crosser and him just pull the trigger, get an easy headshot at an early lead here for BTRG. This is odd. No one's really looking. Okay, Marek is looking towards the Ivy position. I was just looking at the minimap and thinking, where is Marek looking towards? He actually looks towards Ivy. He punishes the free players pushing out there. It looks like this round is just going to be a breeze here for EHOME. They haven't lost a single player, and they have killed every single BTRG individual. So this is good here. Pretty good here for the CD side. They've built up themselves a decent amount of bank here, so that if they end up losing, say, this upcoming round here, they can still have a pretty solid investment. So yes, this is good here for EHOME in that regard. If BTRG end up losing this round, then the last purchase of this first half is going to be pretty abysmal, I think. UMP is going to pop out, maybe some upgraded pistols. That's going to be about it here. So it's quite important here for EHOME to secure this one, because they will then have a much easier time at securing the 15th round here. The Arc King got to be quite careful here. He doesn't want to be consumed by the flames here. Oh no, no, no. He's pushing out though. Oh, he punishes Insane though. He's out there in the middle of nowhere. There is a Lamplight still behind Electric Box. He picks up a kill here on Jerome. And now some of these players here, they're being softened up here by the utility of EHOME. This is fine and all, but they don't really expect ADR Kim to come out of Molov. And that is a big mistake. These are still trades here, and as we know, trades more often than not end up favoring the T side. And they've slowed things down quite a bit here, BTRG. This is good right now. But is anyone looking towards... Alright, we do have Destroyer looking towards T-Con here. This is good. Destroyer peeking out the AWP, hoping to spot out someone here in T-Con. And the thing is though, BTRG, they have to make a commitment on one of the bomb sites here. Which one will it be? Looks like it's the A side. There we go. Impression sneaks past through Destroyer, pulls the trigger, gets the kill. Now do you have Caddy coming in from Ivy as well? The wraparound is here. They pick up Lamplight and now Fierce. Left in a 1 versus 2. Quite a dual one because Caddy is quite low in HP. And they can't really plant the bomb here just yet. They need to find the kill here as soon as possible. Fierce though. There we go. He picks up kill here. Can he find the last one? He sure does. He wins the 1 versus 2. And that's going to be the 7th round here for EHOME. Listen guys. I live in a more northern country, so for me, 30 degrees is like hot. I can't stand it. Like 22, 24, okay, I'll commit to that. Somehow I won't melt like an ice cream. But if it's 30, boy oh boy, that's just too much for me. I can't handle it. One thing I do wonder, can the EHOME players handle the current push here from BTRG, because it is happening here on the A bomb site, or, well, one of the players tries to attempt the push. Won't succeed though. I was actually hoping to see someone come out from T-Con as well. That would have been a much better setup here from BTRG, but now they're just pushing out here one by one. Not looking that great. Marek picks up a kill. Want some impression here in T-Con. He will be taken out. That's going to be 8 rounds here for EHOME. I think, all things considering, like, EHOME did not have a good start. Let's be real. Not a great start here, but he still played through. I mean, they're going to get themselves 8 rounds here. That's somewhat decent. A somewhat decent scoring here, all things considering here. Of course, folks, this is now the second half of our matchup here. Marek as well as Destroyer investing in some of that utility here. A couple of smoke grenades, a couple of flashbangs here. For BTRG, it's only the Lonesome Impression who's sitting on a smoke grenade, but he's also got a diffuse kit to work with. So his role is pretty much obvious in a situation like this. Fate's being softened up there. I think is going to be a bit more careful here in brown holes. In fact, he just backs away here. You're going to be playing on the bomb site itself. Keeping things pretty simple here, BTRG, just sticking with the three-man setup towards the A-bomb side, two individuals on the B side. And now we do see the commitment here from EHOME. Flash is being thrown out. I think the smoke grenade has been deployed towards Connector. They will have a much easier time contesting this bomb site here. We do see Lamplight picking up a kill here. Good start here for EHOME. And we can see as the bomb is being planted here, Caddy still hasn't realized his position, but he finally lands the shot. And now BTRG in a very winnable position here. Insane coming in here from Popdog. He does do the damage, but he can't get the kill just yet. Destroyer Marek, all the T-side players getting the kills here. And at one point, it was a 4 versus 3. In the span of just, what, 5 seconds, every single player from BTRG goes down. And that's going to be the 9th round here for EHOME. Well done here by the T-side. Though, it was pretty simple. When you think about the push there that happened there, it was pretty simple. They just... Oh, man. I wish I could draw on the minimap. But anyhow, it was smoke towards Connector, smoke towards Ivy. That's going to allow the players that do come in from T-Con to have an easier round of actually wrapping around the bomb site. They can go push on through, they can hit all off, they can attempt to eliminate the players there and plant the bomb here. Though, I am quite surprised to note that they somehow didn't clear Caddy in that position, which was pretty odd. No, thank you. I'm good with my 30 degrees. I love to actually visit maybe California once in my life. Once they have a proper say hot heat like 28 degrees. Though I'm not sure if that's possible. Maybe it's springtime. It has to be a bit colder in spring, right? Gonna pick up though for ADR King as he does find the first kill here in Lamplight. Now, one thing to note here, in a round like this, there's a couple ways to approach it. Right now, EHOME seem to have the sort of default setup where they're just holding the angles, waiting for the pushes to happen. At the same time, the problem is, because these players have spread out quite thin, they could get very easily overwhelmed, just like Lamplight got killed there in T-Con. But now it looks like the EHOME players grouping up, hitting this A-bomb site. This is much better. They want to stick together when entering a lot of these sites because they can never be sure if it is in fact a stacked bomb site. They want to be very careful in their approach here. Destroyer is going to punch in the numbers here. BTRG hoping to find some of these exit frags by this point. That is their best bet. That is the best bet. Once the smoke's end up fading, they might just find themselves a kill or two if possible. Not sure what Fierce is doing here. I think he's hoping to see some of these players to back away from the B side, but that's not really the case here. BTRG making the commitment here, doing some of the damage here, and this is good. They're able to do some damage here, take down one player that I actually thought they're going to do a bit more damage. Going to play the time as well, and once the time is right, once the bomb explodes, I think they could have taken out at least a couple players there from EHOME. So that would have been a great idea from BTRG. And the problem is, Fates has disconnected, otherwise known as Jerome69. He has disconnected from the server, so I hope he doesn't have some sort of serious issue, and we can actually continue on with the matchup here. As we do see some of these players here from EHOME, still going to keep their Mac 10s as they anticipate this upcoming round to be somewhat of a lesser investment here from BTRG, or in fact the Nico. But from what I've seen in the past from a team like BTRG, this is a round where, even though the player's sitting around 3,700, say $4,000, they will make the purchase here. Oh, Jerome's money screwed. He's sitting only at $2,750. He should be somewhere around 4,000, I'd like to say 3,000. Unless he made the purchase earlier. If he did, then my bad. So, What's gonna happen here, I wonder? Will we need a match medic, or was it just the way it's meant to be played? Oh man, have you actually even noticed it? We can see that Fates is only sitting on 2 kills, and he's one of the better players, if not... Actually, I'll say this. I think it is Fates and Impression who are probably the 2 best players in this team. If you have both of them popping off, they can secure a map, for sure. In this case, if it's only Impression doing the heavy lifting, they will have a harder time, I'd like to say. Fahrenheit, how much that? How much is that? I don't understand the freedom metric. I only know, my weak meters, kilometers, Celsius, that sort of jazz. Milliliters, of course. So is this a problem here for BTRG? I think it is, so... Get a pause happening here. So we're just gonna have to wait it out, folks. There's no other way of putting it. It kind of sucks though when you think a game like this, which doesn't pit like some sort of 2 titans of the Chinese scene. It's just EHOME and BTRG. So in a matchup like this, I think one of the reasons why it's gotten so close is because we do have a lot of these timeouts here where both teams can have a pretty good discussion of how things are going out here. You play a couple of rounds, timeout, play a couple of rounds, another technical issue. So it is quite satisfying so that we can't really... Oh, come on, it's another pause. You've got to be kidding me. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. And that's like the frustrating thing about this matchup here, because it is taken such a long time here. Pretty much an hour has passed, and we're still in the second half here. But there we go, finally. The pause will be lifted, and we can finally continue on with the matchup here. It is, of course, going to be just a simple eco here from BTRG. I was hoping to see the investment, knowing how they played in the past here. A lot of the rounds on the CT side when they have around $4,000. It is going to be just the simple eco. ADR King, he's got the eagle out. Ooh, he sees the player here, but the aim punch is too strong. He still commits to the fight, insane. And he's going to get punished because of it. Again, this is another round in which look at EHOME and they're looking pretty good in this situation. At this point, just gotta stick together, hit one of the bomb sites, and make things as easy as possible. You don't have to overthink rounds like this, which definitely end up happening in a lot of teams. Like, you're going up against a simple eco, they attempt a lot of these fakes here, and there we go, Dreer picks up a kill here, he gets himself a second here, he goes for more, but he can't succeed. This is a good situation here for BTRG, it's looking a much better here. Fierce and Lamplight in a 2 versus 3 situation. They can still, of course, commit to the bomb site play here, but they must be very careful here. Oh, the player here in Pop Dog. This is going to come down to timing, isn't it? Fierce picks up a kill here on Fate. Now we do have Impression there. Still in Pop Dog. He's going to peek out. Finally does so. Gets taken out. And now ADR King with only 3 points of health. Quite a hard round to pick up. But I think he's going to hope to recover a rifle here if possible. He's in a position where he can definitely do so. But he's going to get shut down here by Lamplight. 11 rounds here for EHOME. Oh, there's some early damage being dealt here. The players here from EHOME going for a faster play on the bomb site. At least one of the players has tried. I'm not sure if they're going to commit at this point. The trades, though. They're actually not too bad here for EHOME. They put themselves in a 4 versus 4, as well as they soften up the player ADR King, which is always nice. But of course, he is with a sniper rifle, though. That's the one thing you have to be careful here. Even though he might be low on HP, the op can still do the damage here. Molotov does run in here. I actually thought that Insane might begin to walk on through the smoke, but he's going to back away. Now the round has slowed down to a crawl here from EHOME. It's still quite hard to say which one of the bomb sites they want to try to go for. But because we do have a player in brown holes, I think it might just be a B-side hit. That's where the players are heading towards. That's where the bomb carrier is also making his way towards. Let's see though, 35 seconds remaining. EHOME, they must commit to one of the bomb sites here. They can't just dwindle around here. It is about time. ADR King holding the angle there with the connector with the AWP. In a pretty good position here, but now the push is here. No smokes coming in there from EHOME though. They're going to rely on the firepower, and they do succeed. This is going to be a bomb plant, but can they hold this one off? That's the question though. There's going to be Jerome coming in with a kill. Now it's all up to Insane here. He's stuck there right behind the smoke, and he's going to get taken down. That's the 8th round here for BTRG, and still, even after winning that round, the bomb plant coming in. Let's see. Yeah, I think EHOME can definitely go for the purchase here. 18 degrees Celsius. That's pretty nice. I mean, that is, I'd say, for me, that's pretty much the normal weather during springtime. 18 degrees Celsius. Of course, once spring begins to wrap up at the end of May, we already had something like, let me think, I think it was 25 degrees, I'd like to say. Here though, holding the angle, he will be taken out by Marek. Good early pickup here for the EHOME players. There's ADR King now being punished. It looks like it is going to be a fast commitment here from EHOME, and on the back of those 2 kills, I would definitely suggest him to continue on pushing forward. That makes a lot of sense right now. You do take down the 2 defenders here. And now Caddy, let's pick up a kill of his own, but in quick succession, EHOME eliminates the last 2 remaining players on this A bomb site. Marek though holding the angle, crisp shot coming in, and 12 rounds here for EHOME. And as we can see, yeah, Fate's still having a horrible game at this time. Horrible game indeed. I mean, in the world where we do have Fates popping off as well as Impression, yeah, I think this game could be a lot more closer, but now, this is quite difficult, isn't it? Some of those players. A good situation here for the likes of EHOME. Their opponents are Nico. This should be an easy round to pick up at this point. We can see that some of these players here have decided to go for a stack on the A bomb side. I mean, that's probably a good opportunity as any. Going for a stack though, it is more often than not a 50-50 chance. Either your bomb set is going to get hit and you can actually deal some damage, or you can be on the completely other part of the map. Sane though, he's just styling on his people right now, just going for the spray transfer, and there we go. 13 rounds here for EHOME. That means that the economy right now for BTRG is in a very fine place. Look at this. They can very easily go for the double op setup. Impression can go for it, Fates as well. But isn't it going to be just the 1 op? Looks like it. Okay, 1 AWP in the hands of Jerome, 69. I don't know how I feel about it. I think these nicknames do come from the platform they're playing in. That's why Fate's nickname is Jerome69, but I mean, come on. Why not have your own nickname? You have a pretty cool nickname. Guys, what do you think? Do you think Fate's is a pretty good nickname? I think it is. Why not have it in this, you know, third-party matchmaking service as well? Nope. It's just gotta be Jerome Y69. Anyhow, 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining is still a lot of time here for EHOME. We do see some of the players here from EHOME just grouping up here in brown holes. It is going to be a commitment here. They don't use any of their utility, though. That's the odd part. Okay, there we go. That's one smoke being deployed. And they're still in position to cross here. Destroyer will be planted the bomb here. That is pretty good here for EHOME. And of course, once you have bombs to control, you want to continue on with the push here. You don't want to stand around here in the upper heaven. Possibility, they're not the best choice here. Oh, players stuck there in CT. This is odd right now. Will he check the positioning of Fierce? Is the timing right? It is. He picks up the first one. They line up for him, but they can't get any more than that. Free is enough. And now ADR King in a position where, I mean, winning the 1 versus 3, pardon me, the 1 versus 2 isn't easy by this point. And there we go. He's already backing away with the tail between his legs. And that's going to be right now the 14th round here for EHOME. Yeah, I'd definitely say that 80 degrees Celsius is pretty nice. Obviously, I mean, if you end up living in, I would presume, if you end up living in, a climate that's hotter, one way or the other, I think you're just gonna get used to it. I mean, that's just the nature of the game. But from where I'm from, it's you have pretty obvious springs, summers, autumns, as well as winters. Though the latter part, I mean, I must admit, though, I have seen snow, but not as I've used to see it in the past, though. Make that, whatever you will. Destroyer. Let's get the early tag here in ADR King. Good shot coming in. And now the EHOME player is in a position where, are they really going to commit to the bomb site here? Because they're still in a pretty good position here. We can see that they have loads of utility to work with here, but I can't really see EHOME has used a lot of it here. There we go. They are now deploying the smoke grenades to make the cross that easier here. Lamplight. Let's pick up one more, and now this is a successful push if I've ever seen one. 3 players coming in there from EHOME. They should be able to eliminate the last player as well, and there we go. That's now 15 rounds here for EHOME. One more round to be played out here for BTRG, and for those who are wondering, yeah, let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. We can see that at one point, the scoreline was favoring BTRG as they were winning 7 to, what was it? 7 to 4. Yeah, 7 to 4 was the scoreline. And since then, it has been the BTRG show. Just look at the amount of rounds they've been able to pick up in a row. That is insane. They've been looking much better here on the T side, which I really wasn't expecting that to be the case. I thought that EHOME definitely going to struggle on their terrorist side. But that's clearly not the case. They came out here to play all right. The King picks up the kill. Good stuff coming in here, but now Marek, though, oh, he's gonna get punished though. Good game sense coming in from Caddy. Without him, this probably is another round here for EHOME in the books. And there we go, they clean it up. The players try to make their way out of T-Con. They're gonna get absolutely shut down, and that's gonna allow BTRG at least to pick up the 9th round. So it may not be over just yet here for the likes of BTRG. Like I said, if there is going to be a side they want to pick up the majority of the rounds, it's going to have to be the CT side. Alright, let's see the push here from EHOME. Not a commitment just yet, only throwing down the utility here, and there we go. On the B side, though, they've opened things up here, as well as towards Ivy. Good kills all throughout here from EHOME. And this is a situation in which BTRG have such a difficult time here. Something tells me this is going to be a victory here for EHOME, unless the 5 versus 2 retake is possible. Chat, do you think it's possible? For me, I don't think so. GR, last man standing here, should be taken out anytime soon. of course, on some Dreer. Hoda firing off some of these kills here. He does find the first one. He does find a second, well. But he's running out of time. That's the problem. He's running out of time here. There's still 2 more players remaining here. And there we go. That's going to be the game here. 16-9 is the scoreline. It is EHOME to secure themselves the first map. And of course, guys, we will have a second map coming into play. It is a best 3 after course. So be sure to grab yourself a beverage, some drinks, and we'll be right back here for the second map. Stay tuned for the broadcast.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.